Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Kamen Rider Geats DX Beat Race Buckle. So this is the core buckle of Kamen Rider Nago as present here, as this allows the riders, this allows the riders to access the beat form via the beat race buckle. Here's the top. Was that the light flickering? I thought I saw a spark. Shows you what you can do with the beat buckle. Again, I really like the box color overall, to the point. So this is the traditional, hey, this thing has sounds icon. However, I really appreciate they actually changed the color due to the background being blue. That's actually really cool. Beat race buckle, cautions and warnings, contents. So this does include the Nago core ID, PDF file for the instructions, and everything that you can do with this. Again, here are the contents out. Removing the buckle aside and making sure it actually stands. Here is the Nago core ID, to which this one's definitely interesting as it's just black. It's a clear black plastic, as you can see from there. But however, this one is interesting design-wise, as this is the first one, I believe, that's actually inverted due to the base being black. So, for example, I mean, who's a good example? I don't think we have a good example, but like Tycoon and Punk Jack, they're just black, but that's because the black helps bring out the details. Geats is red, but then, again, they're all inverted, as you can, or not inverted, but you can tell, like, the color is used as the background, while the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, like Nago, as you can tell, I think basically is supposed to be, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. But basically, I just want to say, like, Nago is just completely, like, gold paint. And obviously, because it's already black, the light's supposed to bring out the details. I don't know why that was so complicated. Anyways, here we are with the Beat Raise buckle. To which, this one's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting just how square it is. But I mean, I do appreciate all the color that it is. Obviously, as you can tell from like previously what we covered with Monster and this one, obviously the two buckles don't really correlate with the two cores. But that doesn't really matter, honestly. So, like, obviously, as you can see, the top base of the Beat Raise buckle is this nice light blue, with the secondary color being this, like, magenta. And then the piano keys I really like, as they're like a pearlescent, like, white paint. And then the two, like, keys up here are just translucent black, along with the scratch disc and such. Obviously, we have these speakers right here. The top design, like so. And then we have, like, the meter for, like, audio meter. And then we have nice gold paint around here. And then the back is probably the best of all of these, just because it actually had to get filled out due to it having electronics and such. As you can see from here, pull tab like so. Then the track, 067. And zooming in closer, QR code for gomperizing. And again, when you spin the disc, you have the switch for the desired driver. So basically, if you hold this in, you can permanently just spin the disc. So it's kind of like Magnum in a way, which is pretty interesting. Anyways, We have 4 sounds that you can do by this thing by itself. So first of all, when you scratch the disc, either way. And now when you press any of these keys, you get up to 3 standbys. So if we were to press it, so this is the first standby. And then if we were to press it again, we have the second standby. And the third one. So I do like how each one builds itself up and such. And then from this point, you can just stop it by scratching the disc. However, it only does do up to 3. Because if you were to press these, it just resets. And you really have to press the button. You can't just lightly press it. It's kind of really like restricted, not restricted, but you really have to like press these down. It's basically like the Magnum shooter. Because the Magnum shooter, I forgot to say, you can't just like press it like that. You have to like press it down, which is kind of annoying. And then to say this, each of these buttons are correlated to the same 3 sounds. And obviously, not obviously, the thing too is that there's only, basically it alternates between 2 key sounds and then the 3 jingles, which I guess makes sense. But other than that, that's kind of all you can do with this, so let's use these 2 in the Desire driver and other stuff. So here we go with Nago. So now we can properly now use hammer, boost, hammer, and claw, and then actually wait. I forgot we haven't showed this off yet, but if you did happen to use 2 armed weapons, it's basically the same deal as like putting 2 big buckles together. It's just that obviously the sounds are shorter. It's just that they never showed her transforming into this. Obviously, because claw is higher in the number system than hammer, it goes first. Anyways, here we go with using the beat buckle. Now, there are multiple ways of using this. Nago has 2 transformations with it. She either activates it right away, or she inserts it first, presses the 2 buttons, and then scratches the disc. We're just going to do her the Butte way. As you let this play, then you insert it into the Desire jar to then have the 2 sounds overlap, and then scratch the disc. And there we have the transformation of Nago Beat form. I really do like that they made Beat a 7 LED color, just to help with the detail here and such. And then at this point you can do whatever. I think for the finisher it's the 3rd one. So you can have this play and then scratch the disc to do the finisher. which is pretty neat. Also, as you can see from here, Nago's, because of the gold paint, the LED kind of has a hard time trying to shine through. just due to it being like a black transparent plastic. Anyways, it took 30 episodes for Nago to actually use the boost buckle again, but she finally eventually got to use this form, because first it was only with Ace, to which we want the second jingle. We want this one. And then there we have the air horn. And then, like, you know, just to show that you don't need to press these. And then boost time. Really would have been cool if they actually changed the sounds there, but I get that they won't. That red glare really caught me off. So I was like, what is going on with this? So I'm going to actually put the tab back in so then we don't get the scratching sound when we are using it with the Magnum shooter, just so then you can actually hear the sound. Really like how they default the beat to the light blue due to boost. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, just kind of like the last set. This is a pretty solid set overall. Like, obviously it helps that Nago is the tertiary rider, so it helps to have her out. And, you know, the fact that the beat buckle does have sounds to an extent. Obviously, it's not like full-on sounds. It's just sounds that are supposed to accommodate for the sounds that are already programmed in here. Because it, like, you know, because you can have, like, the sounds in the Desire Driver are, like, fine enough. It's just that, like, this has, like, a little bonus, basically, and such. Like, you know, the sounds weren't necessary, but it's cool that they're there, basically. And just, you know, overall, like, I think it has, you know, this thing having sounds is kind of what I will say helps, helps with its, like, not personality. It helps it helps with its, bring out its individual characteristic and such. Well, I mean, like, I do think this is cool, but, like, pairing this one up against Monster, that's really tough. But I think buckle-wise, I probably like this one a bit more than Monster, but Core ID, I think definitely Punk Jack is still the best one. Nago's just doesn't really come out as well within the Desire Driver, just due to the nature of translucent black. As you can tell, it doesn't even look transparent. And obviously, because of the beat buckle actually having its own functionalities, this one I think is a bit more difficult to get your hands on. Luckily, I was able to get mine off of Amazon Japan for its retail price. But be wary that this one might be more harder to track down but I think as I've last checked, Mandarake still has some of these up and such. Yeah, I think that'll have to do with this video. I don't know. I feel like I'm underplaying it, but I'll have to do this review. This is Ryder. I love you people. Bye.